What are you hearing about Lauder?
It got off to a slow start in AAA, but threw well his last time out. Had a nice start, and we needed a starter for today. And I could go a number of different ways in the game today. Starting, we're going to open with Baker, and then might do what we did in St. Louis, or might go to Zach. We'll see. But we wanted to add a guy that could give us some, that's at least built up to give us some innings.
You've had two of these bullpen games. You've gone to Brian. What makes him the guy you like to start with at least?
Well, I mean, a couple of reasons. One, he didn't throw yesterday, and so and also hit the job he did in St. Louis. That was kind of a let's see what happens game, and he was great. Pitching into the third inning and throwing a ton of strikes and facing a really good lineup in St. Louis in a tough, hot day game. So since he's done it before, we decided to do it again.
Brandon, Jorge Mateo leads the majors in defensive WAR. How confident are you when he's out there at shortstop?
Well, it's so fun as a coach to watch a player's progress and see how a guy's improved so much in a short amount of time. The improvement he's made since spring training has been incredible, and Manzo has done a great job working with him every day, one-on-one, and give Mateo credit for buying in and to taking this opportunity to be an everyday guy, and knowing that shortstops in the big leagues make the routine play, and that's something that we've just trying to hammer home with him of he's going to make the spectacular play because he's so athletic, the arm strength, etc. You've seen it, but the good shortstops in this league make the routine play, and Mateo's been outstanding. Really happy with how he's playing.
Brandon, when you guys, look at the record and where you are in division and all that stuff, and it's similar in one sense to the last couple of years. But then when you go to Boston, New York, and win 4 of 8, and in some of the circumstances you guys had to win in, and then come back here, is there a little bit different sense of this team than maybe you had last year, or maybe even you had in April?
Well, for me, we're a lot different in that there's numerous reasons. One, we're way more talented. 2 is that the huge difference is our bullpen. We are staying in games. We are holding leads. Did a great job a couple times in Boston. We're throwing strikes out of the bullpen. A lot of games our starters have given us a chance. So we're more talented in our rotation as well. And our everyday position players, a handful of them are now reaching that 3rd, 4th year in the big leagues and are improving. And that, as well as our defense, has been way better. Our base running and defense has really improved. So yeah, we're like to have the better record right now. I was pleased with how we played on this road trip. How we played the last 15 games against the 3 teams in our division. One with the best record in baseball. We played Boston. They were probably the hottest team in baseball at that time. And we played them really tough. So I think we're making big strides and hopefully continue to do so.
Base running and defense aspect, is that personnel, is that coaching, is that just something that's been coming with time, you feel?
It's personnel. It's outfielders that have played now for a while. It's adding Jorge Mateo. Ramon Urias has done a really nice job at third base. Chris Owings, as a veteran utility player, majority of the time makes the routine play. Rugi's done a really good job at second. Mountcastle's now got more experience at first. We had, defensive catchers behind the plate. So we're just, our personnel defensively is better than it has been in the past.
You mentioned
for Adley, just coming into that situation now where you guys are starting to play better, how helpful is that for his development? That just we can see more fundamentals, or you guys playing well. What does that do for him?
Yeah, that's something that we talk about too. You want your top guys and your prospects to come into a good situation, and with a good vibe in the clubhouse and have a good experience early. And that was the right time for Adley. We're playing good baseball, Adley's just fitting right in. He's just keeping his, he's pretty quiet right now. But he's just trying to fit into our lineup, and what he's done behind the plate is beyond his years already. Just the communication with pitching coaches, pitchers, how he's handling the pitching staff, how open he is with Robbie, with a real low ego and just wanting to soak everything in. It's been really impressive.
And you were in Chicago when they started to turn a corner. In 2014, they started to play better. But what kind of similarities do you see with that situation to this one? I mean, is it?
Yeah, 14 Chicago. We were a pretty veteran club first half, and then at the deadline, then they moved a lot of guys, and we got more talented once Baez, Alcantara, Soler, Kyle Hendricks got there. You started to see we were way more talented on the field and more exciting to watch. A couple bullpen guys that got there also that these guys could be pretty good. And like Neil Ramirez, Grimm, Stropey, who you guys know, who's already there, but he became a guy. But yeah, I think that the fans saw that second half was like if they add on, this is a pretty cool core group. And then you had back then with us, we had just drafted Bryant, Addison Russell came, so we had like major league shortstops all through down in the minor leagues also, and there was a lot of talent in the system like there is here right now. And so you start seeing a light at the end of the tunnel.
You kind of see that now here?
Yeah, I mean, for me, there's a lot of similarities to that. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities where we're getting younger and more talented in the big leagues, and our farm system is vastly improved.